Hi teachers, welcome to our video commentary for our Answers in Genesis lesson 5a. We're going to, if you remember, split 5 into 2 lessons, and then we'll be skipping lesson 6. Lesson 5, as it's written, is to cover the entire life of Christ in sort of a panoramic way, so that we can get sort of a big picture look at his life before we start to dig in and analyze the trees, as it were. So basically what you're looking at for 5a is everything that happens in Luke 1 through 11. They have down for us to look at Jesus' birth, his early years, including the story of him in the temple with the priests, his baptism, his teaching in the synagogue, healing the sick, controlling nature, and teaching his disciples. And all those things are great. And even for this half of the lesson, you may find that that's plenty of topics to cover. If you want to add in, if you want to supplement the middle there with some other things that are pretty important in the life of Christ, just to touch on briefly. His temptation would be one of those things that you could just briefly touch on. And then along with his teaching in the synagogue, making note, of course, of his being rejected by his own hometown. The actual calling of the disciples is one thing that you could also add to that. And then as it comes down, the lesson only gives you one of the teaching lessons of Jesus from 1 through 11 of Luke, and certainly you could also use chapter 6 verses 20 through 49 as you could reference the teaching that he does there as well. I would just for the sake of ease, AIG has made it clear that they simply for chronological reasons have stayed within the book of Luke, and I would ask you to do the same just as you create this this panoramic picture. Just stay in the book of Luke, and if there are things there in the beginning that just that you're passionate about and that you want to add to the chronology of his early years, as long as they're in Luke 1 through Luke 11, I would say feel free to mention them. But just for ease and for chronology's sake, if you could just stay in the book of Luke as you do that, that would be great. I will pause now, and I'll pick back up with part B of lesson 5. So thanks a lot, teachers.